Welcome to the course of mobile application development. In today's class, we are going to learn a new concept called how to create an Android application, and let's see its development process. So if you see the diagram over here, flow diagram, so this particular development process of an app is based on 6 stages, where the first stage is creating the project, second stage is defining the layouts, third one is the writing the code area, and the fourth one is once the code is written, we'll be building and running that particular code. And after that, we'll be going to the testing and debugging phase. And at the last, we'll be going for the publishing phase. Okay. So in order to first create the project, we are taking the help of a software called Android Studio. So in this particular Android Studio, through which we are going to create a mobile application or any kind of app. Now, once you create the project, I will be showing you within few minutes how to create the project. So once you create the project, we will be defining the layouts. So these layouts can be generally the editor where you can code directly in the extensible markup language. We call it as XML. Okay. So this is where we define the layouts. Once the layouts are defined, we will be writing the code in the Java, and so we are using Java programming language for writing the code and developing the applications or the apps. So once you write the code, we will be building that code and running it. And once the running of the code is been done, we are taking that code for the testing and debugging, checking if there are any errors are there and how the app is working perfectly or not. We'll be doing it in the fifth phase. If there are any failures at the testing and the debugging phase, we will be again redirected to the writing the code phase. Now here, according to the errors we get or the failures we get, we will be rewriting the code and correcting the code. Once the code is corrected, again it will be sent to the build and run and test and debug phase. Now, this will be a continuous iteration process where till the test and debug is successful, we keep on changing the code and we'll be building and running it, and we are putting that into test and debug. Once the testing and debugging is done successfully, then it will be sent to the publishing through an APK file for executing under the mobile phone. So this is the complete development process of any application or an app. So let's see how to create a project using a template. So you can create an Android app with the empty activity project template, which is provided by the Android Studio. So first thing what we need to do is, once you install the Android Studio, this is the icon, how it looks. So you can double click on the Android Studio icon, and in the welcome screen or the welcome, you can go to projects. So this is the Android Studio welcome screen, where you can see at the left side, you can see the Android Studio version with projects, customize plugins, and learn Android Studio. Okay, you need to go to project and click on new project if at all you want to start a new project. If you are already started the project, and if you want to open the project file, you need to click on just open. Okay, so if any other apps are already developed, again you want to revoke that. Okay, so get from VCS is like getting the already done files from some external sources. All those things will be the third option. So as we are trying to initially create a new project, we need to go to new project. Okay, so once you go to the new project in the Android Studio, this is the second window which appears. So whether you are designing this template for either a phone or a tablet, you need to check. Okay, so you can develop an interface for phone or a tablet. You can develop an interface for Wear OS. Wear means wearable OS, like in smartwatch or something like that. And you can also develop interface for the Android TVs and automotives. Automotives means car dashboards, car screens, or something like that. Okay, so as we want to develop an app for a phone, we are selecting going to the phone and tablet option, and we can create the activity or the template, whichever according to your requirement. So you can choose empty activity or you can choose any design according to your requirements. And once it is selected, you need to click on next. Now, once the next is selected, you will be directed to another new window where you need to mention the name of the activity, activity or the project. Okay. So here, according to the examples, they have given the name as greeting card and you need to create a package name. So what type of package you are creating? That means software. Okay. So they have mentioned com.example.greeting card. This is the package name they have mentioned. And you also need to say, give the location where your complete project need to be saved. So you will be giving the save location over there. And for which type of Android you are developing your application, that should be selected over here such that it will be giving you exactly how that particular app will be looking and running in that particular Android application. So here, if you click the cursor over here, you can see the drop down. And here, as per the example, they have selected Android 7.0 Nougat operating system. So according to which you can select it. And now at last, you need to click on finish. Once the finish is done, you can see a time like process is running. And once it is done, okay, you will be directed to this particular window. Okay. So this is the main activity window where complete window is divided into 3 parts, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. These are the main 3 parts where we will be developing our application. Okay. So the first part is the project view, or we can also call it as project view window, where it will be showing all the files and folders which we have created for designing the application. The second window, what you see over here is the edit code or code view window. So here, whatever the code we write, okay, that will be seen over in the second window. Now the third window, what you see is the design window. Okay. So it is the preview where we can see the application or an app according to our coding. So whatever the code we write, that will be seen with respect to the graphical user interface on the third window. That is the design window. Okay. So once you complete this particular coding part and everything, so this is how it looks. This is the application of the third window, how it looks, which we have designed based on the Java programming. Okay. So this is the sample application screenshot. Now, once you put that into the phase of testing, so this is how it looks. So the symbols with all these Android symbols or the animations or the graphics, okay, are the code or the packages which are put for the test. This is how it is indicated. Okay. So this is the complete development process of how we initially design an application using Android Studio. This is how we create an app. Thank you.